Looks like it's going to be a pretty soggy night here at TIAA Bank Field. Rain showers, maybe an occasional clap of thunder supposed to continue throughout here in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Tennessee Titans. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First down, it's Watson. That's the rookie with the catch, A.J. Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Out of the gun, Watson. He'll get this complete to Batson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Watson now to throw. This will be caught by Brown. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? As a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Yeah, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here in this first series. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. That's going to be caught. A good pickup there of 22.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. To the air yet again, Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking to find some space for Dion Lewis there, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He was trying to go back to Corey Davis there, but now it's 3rd and goal. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. Open man is Davis. He's got it for the Tennessee touchdown. Corey Davis, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Hey, watch the ball.
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
From the 44, Minshew. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Go. Back.
On second down, here's Fournette. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, if you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Hey, lock it. You got 3. 3 down. He gets rock it. Kill. Yes. Ready.
Fournette running right. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Ready.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Minshew throwing on third down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
Slam. Can't alert. He's moving, boys, he's moving. And
On On second down, here's Watson. He's got his man on the crossing route. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Titans get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point put through by Succop. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette, 81 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Watson on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On first down, Watson uncorks one for Davis. And this is caught at the 20. Oh, the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. A shotgun snap for Watson. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Check 50, check 50. Jump, 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 jump. Watch twist, watch twist.
Hey, 31.
Twist, twist.
Hey, 59. 59.
2 seconds. Watch the motion.
Second down and goal. Watson, he will find Davis. That's complete. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. Too little, Cut.
To throw is Watson. Going to throw on 3rd and goal. And the ball is in. Watson lost it. And the Jags grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Check 13.
Shoot.
Bang, 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 bang. Recon, 132-5, hit it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Minshew. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And that might be Titan football. It is. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Switch going down, he's coming.
Watch out.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Check 24, check 24. Watch twist. Shoot.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7 now from their own 7. On the run, it's Fournette. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Watch the eye. He's coming. Double up.
Leo.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
We ain't giving up no.
80 weapon. Get it.
They'll run with Fournette. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Here's Minshew. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, It's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. After the interception, here's Watson. And I think the ball's out. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
That one complete. He finds Sharp. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Tighten up. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. 5.
Fournette. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Throwing on 2nd down. Minshew. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. And the pressure gets to him again. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch the whip. Alert flag.
Yo, go. Look at me. Score. They trip.
Now Washington. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Here we go.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, Minshew. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note of that.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Man open left side is Brown. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for him, too.
Now a first down throw, Watson. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can draft any...
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Corey Davis with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Right back to Washington. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Minshew sets to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
Ready?
They run with Washington. Tackle made there by Kamale Correa. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, Charlie.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And for the defense, their 3rd sack of the game.
That number tells you that they're starting to put it together with their defensive game plan. They're starting to feel pretty good about what the offense is doing, bringing the pressure at the right time, and putting the quarterback on the ground.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Hey, Echo. Look at me. Zipper.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 42. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
He's checking crap. And 24. SOS.
From the gun, here's Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, alert. Check three. Switch.
Now it's Watson. Buying time was left. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
64! 24!
You got that right there. Check. Cross.
25!
Hatchet. Ringo.
Out of the gun, Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. The 20.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
At the 17-yard line.
Here we go, set. Send Lobo.
And what's the ball?
Hit.
On first, here's Washington. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Minshew. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off with great anticipation. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
1st down, Titans, gain of 12. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the 4th quarter. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Operating from the gun. Watson, flushed out right. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A.J. Boye with a pick.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
On 1st down, it's Washington. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw it. Minshew. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was a safety, Kevin Byard, that time, who was able to knock it away. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard, realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
Yep. Motion.
On 4th down, Minshew. Open man is Westbrook, complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. They'll run on 1st down. Washington, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Go. Ready?
Staying on the ground with Washington. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves him still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
Hey, box truck.
Brings up 3rd and 11.
Now Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The seasoned vet out of Penn State, Cameron Wake, in to drop him. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
I'm going back to you.
Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. And he fires one incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, but it's going to be second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On second down, Washington. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. The Jaguars on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession.
And he's going to go down again. Kamale Correa. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
He's checking it back.
Check 13.
Shoot.
Bang, 59. Bang, bang. Check 24.
Check.
Bang, go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now he'll go deep down the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Titans. Corey Davis, 65 yards. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point put through by Suckup. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready, break.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. On third down, here's Washington. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. They go play action here on first down. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Josh Allen. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And Watson's going to throw it here. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Check, 43.
3rd and long, it's Watson. They've got his man, complete. Give him 32 on the play. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
He's got 31.
Now Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And he comes back with one complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
To the car! 24's down, he's coming.
36. Check. Check. Motion to backfield. Motion to the backfield.
Throwing now, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Got him in, it's Brown. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Alert! Hey, 31! 24!
Flare. I got him, man. He's mine. Jim.
24!
Jim.
Under 25!
Undercrunch.
Got him, go!
Watson looks to throw again. And he's got it. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for the Titans, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.